the hunahuna and in Kataswobi air bemua. From where I sit, I'm extremely worried. Me very worried. Honestly, because what they're almost young now afterthought. Yes.
Maybe you allow your platform to what?
Said the first time, Obi here no free say afterthought. That's his opinion. Then finish.
Chairman,
any problem,
please.
Right.
Chairman,
Come on.
Monsieur, what's now opposition?
Some kai na yele. Some kai yele. Aha. Well, NDC wapa one. Some kai say Kwakye Queen be na chese Mahama ni twetwe mucho. Some kai no. Aha. What the yento aso na yewia yebe din komo yento aso.
You know, it's now opposition. I'm not doing politics of equalization, but truth be told, who can someone see and look without any shred of evidence in this country?
So you are
No. May I say I'm not interested in politics of equalization, but what I'm saying is, look, it will be hypocritical and pretentious on the part of emeritus Chairman Adekoka to sit in this very studio and gag us. Say another idea. Sanyama we Egugana Hufi. When did you realize you're discussing cocaine issue Egugana Hufi? You think anybody can gag us in this country? It won't happen. And sit down. I want you to show for the oh, and early days. Not in this country. No bonia ekoso and then mobile NDC buy na mo de wunim red aba. When that one we invented wunim red, it's something that we need to investigate. Because me himself bad drone buy yache. But I think under NDC about him, and now we see a branch here be a wire 10 times. And you know, these are some of the pressing issues. Yentimi more beer in this country. It won't happen. I know the Obia function the team issues never. You better dissect. What I'm suggesting is nobody. I know the Obia function the team. Politics is in the Kromuha. Social issues are in the Kromuha. But sir, Adiana Kwakye said suddenly I hear abominable even to discuss these matters. Hey, Assembly na can say no. Abrantiano a member of parliament for Asen North, Asen South. Or the issues akese miensa se momra meyi ya no. They say ya now running to start two aircrafts na sem na yeka. And that is my worry. Because me catch you say sape mandiano eno na hono Minya Felix Obianyano. Okay. Second one has to do with a street value of cocaine worth $350 million US, no, and 150 million. And also Obianyano. What are your details?
Okay. Eti say na atie na yele ametifi na danfo ene process Mahama yai ene o masa aba pa wabiu na cocaine sam no asa asore. Na on say gidigidi no mo ba mu asa compare wonu mu na sa ayi also MP obi adwene won te ase MP say suspicious bra mo na me mo officers na wo airport wonu mo se dabi mo national security mo se dabi afi the president ne kasamafo na age aginem asem no hokra na ma wiase nyina asem na ye mo nwanwa no na ye obi anwa was na mo no ade no ye ka no ye se play bia besia plane ba ye hu so obeyi efunu obeyi yarefo bi eye de na plane bi otu inu obegina obepe de yi on say asem na fe di omo ankasa echichire ba yenti ase
when within the same time no the same security agency within the period they needed some MPs are writing to the speaker and we had seen the response. I feel they are now going to write to the speaker and it was at the same time I can say they are not interested in any investigations but they only want to make an example of me. I have taken judicial notice of that statement.
Yeah, see, because because your actions no border on criminality. Publication of false news.
I am going to sue Kwakye Ofosu. I'm going to sue him.
I didn't hear.
No, because this threat, clear. He said that they are not interested in investigations. They only want to make an example. So it is a willful attempt to persecute, a willful attempt to cause harm, a willful attempt.
No, but those are your inferences.
These are enough evidence, and it's coming from him.
Ongoing, is to make an example of you.
Please don't. Obi, don't do that.
It borders on criminality.
Obi, don't do that.
Publication of false news.
Obi, don't do that.
Say C0caine.
Obi Sano.
Yes.
Say, president to say he takes the matter seriously. Also, there be president in the kind, but me say no, but me say comical. And I say and you know, Nakasama president say the me can be I have his authority. And you know, one person says he takes the investigation seriously. On another brother says he doesn't take it seriously. And now besides investigation, also they are not interested. It's not necessary. But they will only make an example.
They will do it to make an example out of you.
No, so one investigation. It says that they will just want to make an example of him. It is on that you can play his words. No, please, Obi. We are no,
what he said.
He played it. And let me tell you.
They are all kind not just investigations.
Let me tell you.
And also they will do it to make an example.
I'm saying it on your show.
Yes.
Was it President Mahama and a Tanachi? And he has said, you can be your command.
Yes.
And to say President Mahama say they are going to make an example of me.
Yes.
For you. I am ready.
And you say, the intimidation tactics keke. They just want to intimidate the honorable member. Said the best scare nipa do aka. Are you ready to criticize the government? No keke o Ghana fontie. See, enya mpi na enya o. You see, person silence the media. Eti eno on media fi arrogantly. And we will arrest you now. Arrest will be now why a day. I mean, people need to be arrested and prosecute. Take the person to court and let us see. It won't say on person with the intimidation tactics. And the MP no because why expose you on big time. Now MP no attract all the flight in. Now when you say flight back, that's what Ghana CA. Almost on my bone. And this for Nankasa on my bone. Now when you say Kwakye Fosu, Echo for play BC America. And what the better Ghana for no. Say play this America. And one of the other chap the other told you know the actual Ghana for Tibon Cost for na Empire Research. And you will ya track here when they say play no or the chere Ghana for. And say Ghana. Yes. What they yentieni and to us wasi. I'm not doing.
Come and make every example they want to make. They have made the intention clear. Intolerant, highly intolerant. I've never seen any government that's intolerant. Sir, my picking intel, same intel, mo de kwachi cocaine. My picking intel, same intel, mo de kwachi mo NDC. Next week, I will the kind of big names NDC I'm able born. That is why they want to gag me.
And next week,
say you bunu kakra. And then me were but next week, my book Buankasa. It is one person by bomb ascendium. No more bomb ascendium kra. Jelly me 100 years krana.
That's right. When you kase when woman Yesu, why so for so Reverend on Mr. Fordway, when ezo woman Yesu, woman kana, say Ghana Yesu, the anyasa. Ya was some palm one ascendium, and this would munti. Of course, always suddenly attacks on the call by partners. Nothing about pay woman ya bring this. No, almost police phone in Casas, CID phone Casa, airport phone in Ankara. Woman, I be jim, and when the Kikini pass on, me have a show video be actual. I bet Johnson.
We will expose them.
You're engaging in an emotional blackmail.
That be no, Nipano catch yourself. Or no, or the president to say.
Yes.
The Odibe to Jankrayana Kumem. He is not interested in investigation. And that he is only interested in making an example of me. Let them come and make me a hero. I am ready. Let them come and persecute me. Obi. So me pen me the first politician or president. I'm Obi Ababeku and I said I'm Obi Aba persecute.
What please done? No,
if they were interested, no. The president
they would investigate.
What is the criminality?
And prosecute you if possible.
What is the criminality?
Almost say a publication of false news.
What is the false news?
Intended to create fear and panic.
What is the false news?
So I said you want kind of intro.
No. Which one is the false news? Did you read my press statement?
Yes, so I will repeat in some.
And I may say,
yes.
Which aspect of the Mekayan and a false news? Which aspect of the Mekayan and a publication of false news?
Illicit drugs, I will play.
The fact that okay, please, the same intel. I sat here. Let me tell you and tell Felix Kwakye Fosu and whoever is behind him say, "Yantraha momonfa omano moso and cocaine and money laundering." Near cocaine. One make example. They should make me an example for the whole world to see. Say, one more year cocaine, one more cocaine, and no persecute to me. And you know, or Maya, one more air cocaine, near cocaine, Yachimono. They should set that example. I can't wait for that example to be set.
Now, when you say, Sound Komoye, And now report here because say even United Nations and in what Jim say Ghana president and the Ghana government must investigate this cocaine issue with involving this international flights. Yes, United Nations and what Jim Shade was saying.
Mako edumienu bi na containers no ewo warehouse bi mu eno supplement eno ewo enkran say na containers no omo che say gold buys ibi sikakoko ibi ene na kesia pa afa dollars and Ghana cedis ni nyina no sa fake gold bars in ahu no ni nyina fake Ghana sika hu dollars hu ni nyina na fake and ya pack egu containers maku edumienu mu na national security kire say omako hu ewo warehouse no ewo supplement de ne no openia ono na director of operation edema national security Romunyam for Richard Jakpa and center for nyina eko supplement ko he containers na ha na hu no unko he containers nyina na bi mu kase ebi
eti asem na so interested adent na mon kwam ba power less than 3 months. This kind of fake gold, fake this, fake that, and also to you and then what Jim said. Ghana government must investigate this. UN government officer Wakra say at then a mobile short time dollar this, fake that, fake this. No containers akasi every hin be good kurunu. So I didn't buy international case. I didn't buy international case. Ayehu because less than 3 months. Some containers women every hin buy hin. Why every group best or worship free Ghana so worship wako hin asam na no ayedin NDC administration for you very terrible party na before Sunday to us ma me nkyere wade wa say hwe enra na ye hwehwehwe mu na me ko hu say Kwakye fosu be play bi be kyerkyere ye say play we eni si ha ena we free ha ena ne tie ena oil ye ko wura mu a say play no kra bi nsi Ghana say ye ma ye mi wonya analysis ne hwade
I was for Felix Kwakye, Minister of State in charge of Government Communications. And then Yachino, and probably Brawood channel, Yachino. The litany of lies are a branch ye try to cover up cocaine and money laundering, and someone, and Kosovo Ghana, but once in Baba dead. A whole minister posted this picture on the social media accounts. I said, I'm only playing an air ambulance at BC Ghana.
What I show play in Ghana, baby. Na Kwakye fosu akofa we di akoto ni page so because when me say gallibos and kofo ma dwumo ha ne di na chi as NDC for enyanwa eno kofa play we to play so ensi Ghana play here dai yento aso
eno e ba Ghana because e never be refu wele o ba be refu wele no ana ne tie e pai nti omo a omo wo picture ni mu no omo ana omo ba ya omo be fix e ye plane ne tie e ma tie plane esan call on 25th March. Now, onim say ni yebo AI tools etimi access pictures. The period that you try pictures no. Any baby you try picture ni fi ye. Or this picture ebe to abonte no. Yetimi aye hwehwemu bra picture no was taken. Any where the picture was taken. Now, according to hwehwemu say picture no was taken between 2017 and 2019. And a picture was taken in the US, so it was never taken in Ghana. Crampo. No one can say, there is some level of truth and I say, there is a mess up somewhere. It was taken in US, but about we it was taken in Ghana just last month. Yeah, exposing on that. And I think so. Sa ambulance and Kasa ABC Ghana. I brought revenue team for a press conference. Or can we say, sa plane. The tail number boho N823 AM. N823 AM. Sasemo Kai Joy News I confirm say ampa. That is the tail number of plane air ambulance ABC Ghana. GH1 and so I confirm as ampa. Plane ABC Ghana the tail number N823 AM. I don't know that's wrong. But I wish I could tell Felix Kwakye for post here now. Tail number nation N864 AM. N864 AM. So totally different from plane ABC Ghana and Ankasa. It's how this NDC government is trying hard to mislead Ghanaians, to deceive Ghanaians, to lie about these things and cover up. But see, plane me no nearby no. cocaine who jani bedi saga na sika and they are trying to cover up, but we won't allow it.
Okay, now yanko MP nankasa ene oko Paul Admochi shows wo ena ye wo app bia ye track flight bia nam wiase ba bia MP nankasa ko e ko demonstrate kire flight no ba bia nam be si ye ba bia time we see. In fact what ye no kasa self flight no kra no e da so Ghana flight ba ko Ghana mpese wonya abotre na ye nyina ye nhwe yenhwe wiase world record said your flight be to itinerary de nante no pacho yenyina hwe MP ni demonstrate from the screen yenyina yenhwe bi yenhwe ade.
Well, so we're going to give you the latest on the aircraft saga. Reverend Team for Joy is here. Reverend, so what's the latest?
Yeah, thank you, Paul. So regarding the 2 suspicious flights from Gran Canaria, a matter which has been in the news, we are going to do evidence-based presentation to dispute the false claims by Kwakye and to show you the actual itinerary and how the movements of the suspected goods, how it took place.
So Kwakye talked about 2 scenarios. One plane comes, is faulty. Another plane comes, delivers the parts takes up what was in the first plane, goes away. Another air-made plane comes, develops a fault. Another one comes. And he has showed us videos of the first one, and then the second one is shows that the tire is being repaired. So what do you have?
So let's go to the first one. Air-made flight N823 AM.
Okay, so that's
the first one. So
N823 AM.
That's the air-made flights, an air ambulance.
Can anyone watching this video also go to the same site
and
get the same information?
Flight Aware. Just go to Flight Aware. Is a platform globally that tracks the itinerary and the flight activities of every flight. So you can come along with us.
All right, so where are we?
So now we're here, and the air ambulance, air-med flights, N823 AM, first landed from Gran Canaria.
Okay. So this column shows where it came from.
So this is where it came from.
Gran Canaria.
And the time it took
International Airport.
This is the time it took off from
04:59 AM and then landed at 9:02 GMT Kotoka. On what date?
Exactly 20th March.
20th of March. Okay, this conforms with what Felix said anyway.
Absolutely.
All right,
so this is a flight that stayed on for 5 days.
Yes.
Whatever it may probably allegedly waiting for to carry away or bring it.
This is the air ambulance type
This
plane.
is air ambulance.
Okay, it came here on 20th and stayed for 5 days.
5 days.
Okay.
And then left Kotoka International Airport 1 a.m. to Gran Canaria and arrived Gran Canaria 5.
So it came from Gran Canaria of the island of Spain.
Yes.
And then left to the same place.
Absolutely.
This is the airmed. Okay.
And this is the airmed. Same airmed Felix says that was going somewhere and it only arrived in Ghana for a rest stop and developed faults.
Abusia muntia nya wotra pa tie ni yo de ntia me say NDC phone omo de hunhuna air ambulance no a omo see o efri ba bi free ayi Luanda and ba Ghana and onya problem o see no and no ko flight awareness omo system wo wiase no a flight no wo free Spain ba Ghana and o to free Ghana sa ko e troba ko a omo pa omo de no one touch my near radi. So tie pa flight no Kwakye begina baby to shut it begina flight na mu ofiri Spain ho sa area on say konkonte powder de o mo di dware wo ho no ofiri ho ne be si Ghana and was free Ghana sa course high area wa and that online yan to aso.
And the part two
Felix said it's arrived in Ghana.
It arrived
the document
in Ghana,
says it's arrived in Ghana.
And it developed faults for 5 days.
Felix said it went back to Europe. Is that what I said?
Yes, Felix says that it went back to Europe.
And it did go back to Europe, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
But he said that it was going somewhere. And then it developed faults, and when it was fixed, it didn't go where he was going, but it went back to Gran Canaria.
So you are suggesting to us that it wasn't going anywhere. It was coming from Gran Canaria to Ghana and going back to Gran Canaria.
Absolutely.
So any suggestion that it was on its way, something is not correct.
And we're going to show you the next part, the next piece of the evidence will be the activity log on the maintenance history of this same air flight to expose Felix on the so-called maintenance, the tie that says had to be replaced, the oil, and everything he said was repaired on this. We will show in the activity log for Ghanaians to see what happened on this.
Okay, so next, what are we seeing?
So the next one, we're going to the airmed flight 864 AM, which supposedly, according to... That is this is an air ambulance. It's not even supposed to be
the same air ambulance.
Absolutely.
So this is the second one that came.
This is the second one that C0caine claims came to bring parts
Yes, he
ties
said that.
and goods.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
mind you, it is an air ambulance. It's not supposed to carry cargo.
Okay, let's look at the
So
log first.
let's look at the itinerary. So,
Where's the itinerary?
So 22nd of March.
They're going to pick it up. Can you put the yellow on there? Yeah, there they have it. It's over here.
Yeah.
22nd of March.
Yes.
Gran Canaria against that the second plane also came from
Gran Canaria.
Oh, okay. To Kotoka International Airport.
So straight from Gran Canaria to Kotoka International Airport. But
Leaving at 1:32 a.m.
AM.
that time, European time, and then arriving at 5:54 a.m. GMT.
yes.
Okay.
But you see, the aircraft hub is not in Gran Canaria. So if they really even wanted to bring parts to fix this broken aircraft, they couldn't have brought it from Gran Canaria.
I don't understand that.
You see, every airline has their air hub.
So
The
like
aircraft
British
hub.
Airways hub is in London.
Absolutely. This Airmed, their aircraft hub is in America.
So their home is not Gran Canaria.
No, they don't even have any air hub around aircraft hub around Gran Canaria or anywhere in Africa.
Okay.
So if they really had something to bring, they would have brought it from USA straight to the spot where they need to deliver that part. But again, so it couldn't have come from Gran Canaria to deliver ties and parts and gear, because I'll even show you the picture of this particular airline and the fact that it doesn't even have cargo compartment. But let's stay on the history.
Okay, there's a photograph here.
Okay, so we'll get back to the history. But this is a photograph. So this is the same as the NA2AM. It's the same.
The same design, but this is not the same plane.
Absolutely. The
Okay.
Med series, the N series, like the NA23AM, they are the same mode.
Yes.
All the N series are the
Okay,
same
so
mode.
what's the point?
So if they had compartment, a cargo compartment, it would have been here. This is the engine. So the engine would have been shifted this way so that you would have seen a compartment door somewhere here, showing that you can open, just as we have a door here. You would have seen a cargo compartment here where you would open and put those ties and whatever.
So the
parts.
luggages of the passengers, where did they put it?
So this is not a passenger. This is just for ambulance. So
if somebody is unwell, where do they
So
put the
yes,
luggage?
so it is just designed to carry patients. So they carry them on the stretcher, and then they put them in here. And so if there's any tie, supposedly
No, but if there's luggage, passenger luggage, where does it go? Because the patient may go with doctors, nurses, somebody else
no.
luggage.
So there's no compartment. So they'll put it somewhere
Inside,
yes,
there.
in the up
So
there,
you mean it doesn't take
compartment.
heavy
Because
luggage?
this is an
That it cannot
ambulance.
take
Absolutely.
heavy luggage.
It cannot
Yeah.
take heavy.
All right, okay.
On say analysis no mo ye no say wanye unye obi a we abreast with aviation a won tiasie ena ka we say no we MPD enya aviation expert on say eye cargo enya won ye hisa luggage ko hise mu eye cargo to pick patients or dead body or anything eti eye only who say wo flight nim ene ye de nipa to so eti bi kra omo no te say military flight ra ye de ko wo no wo mo titimu say yai yen ho ne yekotena mu gigidem dabi eye ambulance te say car ambulance we ahwem say the city no di we no so wonye smart in aviation won tiase obedwen say o asem o kana you confused dabi eye sanity e te say car ambulance nam kwa so but yen Ghana for na nkofo no di adwene di agoro no obekye da kasa nwonwona bi no basem na MPD kan eye tracking obetumi tracking ene ye track but
And so there's no compartment showing here that they put those ties in there. And if Kwakye claims and maintains that they carry that flight, they carry the ties and the parts inside this aircraft, it's violation of the federal laws. And by this, Kwakye is indicting the airline, and they can face possible prosecution for violation. Because you're not supposed to carry ties inside, only patients. So let's the point.
Let's go on. Let's see whether you can convince us. This one is 50-50, but let's go on.
Yeah.
Okay, what next?
So the next one, there's even suspicion on this same flight. Let's check. From Gran Canaria, comes to Kotoka International Airport, same 22nd March. On that same 22nd March, he leaves Kotoka International Airport to Luanda in Angola.
Just near Luanda.
Yes.
Where is near Luanda?
It's in Angola.
A place called near Luanda.
Yeah. That's how they've configured it.
No, say that again. So the plane that came to Accra
on 22nd,
the same day,
left Kotoka.
That was not part of Kwakye Ofosu's briefing.
It wasn't. He said he came. Kwakye Ofosu says that he came on 22nd and stayed on the 25th.
That's what he said. Yes. But you are saying that. Are you sure?
Oh yes. So that is what we are saying. So
and anybody can check this.
Anybody can check it. And from there, he came again to 4 de February.
No, hold on. So Kotoka International Airport, same day, goes to near Luanda. It leaves at 7:26 a.m.
Absolutely.
Last seen is 11:51 a.m.
That's it.
At the near Luanda place.
That's it. From there, the same day, so it did a lot of rounds. And then the same day, it went to 4 de Fevereiro in Angola.
No, is it?
It left, yes.
Where is that?
So,
this is
4 de Fevereiro.
4 is here. Yes. 4 de Fevereiro.
Yeah.
And then let's be clear what we are looking at
so
here. This one.
4 de Fevereiro.
Yes,
in Angola.
It's in Angola?
Yes. So it left for the
Lanceria.
And then from Lanceria, the next day, which is 23rd, left Lanceria to the same 4 de Fevereiro. So you could see the back and forth.
Oh, this is interesting. So from Accra, so from Canary Island to Kotoka to near Luanda to Lanceria and then to 4 de Fevereiro. Same plane.
Absolutely. And from 4 de Fevereiro back to Kotoka on 24th March.
Oh, wow.
All this history contradicts what Kwakye Ofosu puts out there. And on 20...
I'm confused. Kwakye Ofosu says the plane comes on 20th and it's here till 25th because it developed a fault and then another plane comes. You are suggesting to us that that's untrue.
No, that's not true. And you can play his voice.
Is it time to play his voice yet? Is it time to play it? If it's time to play, let's hear it.
So you can play his voice so that we hear his assertion on the N864.
Whilst it was landing in Ghana, it developed a tire burst and some difficulty with its landing gear. And therefore, needed to remain here to be serviced. So another aircraft with registration number N864 arrived on 22nd March with ties and flight engineers from Luanda to replace the damaged ties of the aircraft. Now, once this was fixed, it departed the Kotoka International Airport on 25th March.
It doesn't tell us is that it didn't stay from 20th to 25th.
No,
and when he says it had a technical issue, it may not be true because it moved.
So Paul, the Airmed 823 AM is the one that, according to Kwakye Ofosu, had faults, which arrived on 20th March.
Yes.
And was waiting for this new one to bring parts, which I'm disputing that they couldn't have brought parts. It was not designed for compartment.
That's okay, but the other one that he says stayed and you say it didn't stay.
That's this one, N864. He says that it arrived from Luanda on 22nd March, which is false. It arrived from Gran Canaria on 22nd March.
It didn't arrive from Luanda?
No, not Luanda. It arrived from Gran Canaria, the same Gran Canaria, straight to Kotoka International Airport. It took off 1:32 a.m. from Gran Canaria, arrived at Kotoka 5:44.
And took off again
and
to near Luanda. Same day?
Yes, same day.
The plane that he said had developed faults and couldn't move, you are saying
that is not, that one is still. So there are two of them. The N823 and N823 AM is the one he claims was faulty and was here.
Okay, so that according to your fact, the one that was faulty and was here for 5 days
one was here for 5 days.
Yeah, we need to clarify because I was thinking you said it moved.
No, that one was here.
It was here for 5 days. Yes. Okay, which one moved?
So the one that he claims brought cargo, which couldn't have brought cargo because it hasn't have any cargo.
Oh, that's the one you said didn't come from Luanda.
It didn't come from Luanda.
Oh, the second one.
Yes, it came straight from Gran Canaria.
The second one came from Gran Canaria.
It didn't come from Luanda.
Oh,
Gran Canaria.
I see. Okay.
And
now we are getting it.
And then,
okay, let's clarify. One plane, Airmed, came. He said developed faults and remained here for 5 days.
Yes.
According to your information,
it
did remain for 5 days. So,
you see, Paul Ademochi the cross or bre bro for 7 I am can asem way understand the simple way bro way simple. Plane ye me no baako e de nipa yadefo na nam e medical plane. Bro for na mo keka gidigidi. Was say adeni free Luanda, Angola for capital. Adeni so free sa konkonte pada for kuro na sa Gran Canaria hono, konkonte pada for kuro hono. E hono e mafia gay continent. Wo free hono ba kotoke. Akwa we so say free Luanda na eba. Eno ana case die, case close. Enya sa case close. Asem we nyi twinkyini twa bia. baby a flight o tracking baby o free buy and o free baby ne ba Ghana ho or did ne buy your question can see bisa obefa de yi ya defo ben ne dem ifunu ben ne o de ba Ghana asem we tete sanya sa de ne criticisms na we koso obviously e kwase force out mo de brofo na Paul Ademoche so can brofo sa ma wo bresa oh
Fosu is right on that one.
But he's wrong
Then
about.
he says a second one came in from Luanda to bring parts.
Absolutely.
That's the one you are challenging.
That's the one I'm challenging.
That it didn't come from Luanda.
It didn't come from Luanda. It came from Gran Canaria.
Okay.
And then it didn't stay here to the 25th of March that he claimed.
No, the 25th is the first plane.
No, he also claimed that this same one.
The second one also stayed to 25th?
Absolutely. And then that's the movement. So you can see from
But
Gran
you say
Canaria,
that one left Ghana the same day.
It left the same day to Luanda and then back to 4 de Fevereiro, which is another airport in Angola, and then to Lanseria the next day, which is 23rd March, from Lanseria back to de Fevereiro, and then to Kutuka International Airport. It came here 23rd March again.
So it came here twice?
Came here twice.
The same plane?
The same plane came here twice.
In a matter of 3-4 days?
Absolutely. And then stayed here, and then the same 24, on the next day, 24th, it left to Gran Canaria.
Oh, this is interesting. So the second plane that the Felix Kwakye says came and delivered parts and left on the 25th did not. It came here. You don't know whether it delivered parts or not. You are challenging
whatever
that.
It brought, Paul, whatever Kwakye claims it brought couldn't have been ties. That also calls for interrogation. Whatever he claims it brought couldn't have been ties.
Couldn't have been spare parts.
It couldn't have been parts. And there's going to be a second part which will follow shortly, which is going to detail the maintenance history. We call it the activity log. We're going to display that also to dispute the so-called faults that he claimed were on the NH23. We will open it up just like we have opened. And we'll
so you can see the maintenance culture.
And we will see.
And if you see that there was no
it.
maintenance in Accra, then we're in trouble.
We will fact check it according to the faults that he
so where we are, what Felix Kwakye was to answer is that we are finding out that the second plane that came perhaps came to Ghana, left Ghana, and came back to Ghana. And when left Ghana, went to Luanda and went to Lanseria and went to 4 de Fevereiro
and then it came back to Kutuka.
Wow. And then after Kutuka, he went
Gran
to
Canaria.
But and then the other one, the original one, also left on 25th to Gran Canaria.
Absolutely.
What is your suspicion then?
So this flight also, whatever it brought, since it is not, it couldn't be cargo, it couldn't be parts.
You mean the plane has no capacity
it is not designed
and no licensing and design to carry
Absolutely.
parts?
It's by
an air ambulance. It doesn't carry parts.
It cannot carry parts. It cannot carry tires or gears or anything. And so if Kwakye still stands by that, it's in violation of federal law.
But if it cannot carry ties, how can it carry the things you are alleging it carries?
Yeah, but those things are carried illicitly. So if those things are carried, they carry them on a stretcher, like a stretcher. That's how it's packaged, and then it would have been put inside.
Cash and drugs.
Allegedly.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on.
So, back onto.
So we are going to the other plane?
Now, I want to say, as someone MPE came, it's a say, Wako Kumasi Tinka, and I say, Abu Bulish Babia, or Moton, Hababone, Habai name, Yamanime. On so be to say, Ubio ye, Kafra, Ubio ye, a bubuani, Achacha, Nifreni, so Mujina ho, Ed pass security better wom, but your TD Pau, Ubio ye, bubuani, Achacha. And if any, so we in a certain location, add the pass security better check home. Now, me experience I me as a broadcaster home. Most of Ghana, Omo ton we palm, do one aye, Omo to him more, take a crown stress radi. Yes, see I the phone in away. Bebre, just when you're smart. Here, see I the phone bebre him say. A patch of work to him more, almost sensitive, and most of them, Omo your pushes. You can push out wow, the moon madacro. I would have police want to achieve a bree, or to be bree. Now, boys in the free is was in a Tenkano, a bab street in Mono, woman on the money brew. Eti, as my can the same analysis I may say. Obi and friend in which and what you say, oh man, attention, because Miss Way in friendly. But most of them, only pushes. Obu akrodi black darkness sinani enu kulapuma ena akoregina ne nchen ɛna bɔ abɔtɔ hyɛ no ɛyɛ gu so nko ne kura no obi wɔte hwi mu ne hwi na se nyina no ɛyɛ nneɛma ne gu ase ɛyɛ pusha because me matena kegiti apen me matena kegiti I know the game ma bi say adwuma no yɛ no unhu da it boys ntu wa pa oduru hɔ apa na wagye no na ɛkoro no ɔte ase yes eti sad flight we mu ne international scam no person mo yɛ adwuma onkofa player wo number bi e be control no or nya clock in clock tower no a wonim say e international airplane medical plane obema na clearance no you will give it to sanity eti say onifre ni bubuani waye den wono kuta enema gu no ho no wo pushi ade o ye pusha na wo no ntimi hu no sana adwuma na kwakoye sana adwuma na kwakoye obadwin say we dey ye ambulance na e ba so na adwuma na kum no enya emfa ambulance ho sana ki na he but mo amunim sankrofo ni wo dey mo amuta mo nam kejetia mo ne salala no sek woni no eya wo dey check most of nkofo ani afra no we don't respect to them but most of them are very criminals omo ye smart nkofo be pro mani afra na very wild me say achacha bi no we tetia kejetia ai jack business adwuma ye last minute police for chain central why you wild opushi bi on the pushi niama no enso wo kono to no stress sika so it is akisi ni pepepepe in international system no use so until we no ba wan hwe unhu ade kro wo bedwen say we dey international air fly wono ye med patients na nam there be ba wo say abrofo no hu omuni bibia chen ye boni be na ye di wi ase abrofo ni boni di chen ye bo mu di mane ye fe omudi e mane ye fe na ye link it is asma mp ne ka no ye no ye vulnerable Ghana ye vulnerable country e easy say ombe use ye de akọ adene kọ say ye kura kọ say bibi kura enema bi wo mu kura kọ da so ti ase ene adene so ye sika o sika mu odu ade chichiri ye de ye wi ase emu odu it is that deal ni bi na MP na suspect ade na wo hu ni say no enkrofo no mu de adwuma ne bae because ye kasa no that day 25th no omudum light wo airport kotoka ho omudum light am flight ni take off yes ade no it calls for a lot of different views and different opinions and suggestions and people will criticize this move because baby a flight ni dia him no Angola ni Ghana no Jack omudi ye a video way me manage analysis will say be fantastic we no they should come and challenge this now yentoaso na fi yemra yentoaso.
Are we done with air?
Yes, so now let's go to the cover.
Okay, yes, the other one. That's the one I like. It's a big, nice plane, orange and blue.
Absolutely. But I want us to hear from Felix what he said about cover.
Okay, let's hear what Felix said about the second set of plane, the Kavak. Is that what it's called?
Kavak Antonov.
Kavak Antonov. Let's hear what he said
about
it.
The CVK 7037. But let us hear the voice of.
Let's hear what he said about it.
The first one is an Antonov flight 12BK with registration number CVK 7037. Now this flight essentially is a cargo plane which arrived on the 12th of March 2025. Now the purpose for arriving in Ghana was what we call a technical stop. Essentially, this is a cargo flight that was destined for the European Union market. And European Union regulations dictate that some specific regulatory requirements be met before any plane of that sort can enter the EU. Now, this plane originated from Luanda in Angola. It was loaded with oil drill equipment and lubricant oil, which were contained in jerrycans. It was headed for the EU market. Now, Luanda does not have the certification to carry out the sort of requirements that this plane had to meet before entering the EU market. The Swiss cargo facility at the Kotoka International Airport has that certification, and they can do that kind of scanning.
Okay, so what's your dispute on that?
So whatever this video is, I will prove to you is a video scene, is a movie scene. This plane is not the CVK 7037.
I don't understand that.
This is another Kavok Air, which is currently in Ghana, and which they carried. You know, it's all staged.
I don't understand.
It is all staged because
the
70
aircraft that we saw,
yes,
which has purportedly departed from Ghana.
It's not.
It hasn't departed.
No.
It's here.
The 7037 he's talking about, it never even came here at all. So which video is this?
No, what are you saying?
For the past 3 months, there has been no activity on the so-called 7037.
How do we know that?
So let's check.
Okay, put it in.
Where a proper showdown. A proper showdown because maybe who video no. Name mama say at what point and nobody camera say was a movie video now. At what point because airport rules no. At the end of say yeah I mean yes has short video no they break government of Ghana. At what point? And now you want to release the video no na at what point koji video ni ma aban say boss have video over to media so me dwene mo sam mom say my MP they should come and dispute this mom say man they should come and dispute this fact and no. Let us know these people use us. Why?
That's it. They put it in. Okay. Let's go to the.
So according to Kwakye Fosu, this Kavok Air 70 CVK 7037 arrived. According to him, they arrived on 12th March.
12th of March. Yes.
So let's check activity. Show flight between 12th of March and purportedly leaving 25th March. Okay. Let us show.
Okay, so let's do that. So that's a calendar.
Yes.
So they go to 12th of March, correct? Yes. Okay. And then they go to
reportedly departing 25th March.
25th of March.
And see if you will see any activity on it.
Okay. So let's see. Clicks. What does it say?
And viewers, you can come along with us.
Yeah,
try it also.
Yeah, viewers are looking at it. So what does it say? Where's the information?
No history data in the last 3 months.
Can viewers read this, producer? No history data searched last 3 months. That is the number of the plane.
Absolutely.
No history data.
Yes.
So why do you say it's in Ghana if there's no history data?
So there's another type of this currently in Ghana. Yes, there's another type. This 7037 hasn't been in Ghana.
Maybe he got the number wrong. Maybe
No.
if it's the same type of plane, but they got the number wrong.
But
I mean,
it says that there were 2 planes. One came, developed fault.
Yes.
And another had to come.
Yes, precisely.
And bring parts.
So which one are we searching? The one that came or the one that had to come?
So the one that both of them. This first one that he said came and they didn't have certification. And
yes.
and so
needed certification.
And needed certification.
He came from Angola.
Needed certification there and had to go to come to Ghana before it gets the certification to Europe.
But whilst was in Ghana, developed the fault.
And whilst in Ghana developed the fault, there are 2 falsehoods I must dispel. The first one is that it never came to Ghana because there's no history on it. The last 3 months, the last scene of this flight is December 18th, 2024. That was the last activity ever seen. It's it's at the time. Let me just confirm.
Which country?
But we can even check it right here.
Okay, no, we don't need to do much. But so what we're saying here, and what we are putting on viewers is just what we have. You can cross-check it. You can verify it.
The last time it flew was from Malaga, Spain to Cairo, Egypt.
In 2024.
December 18, 2024. From Spain to Egypt.
That's the last journey the plane did on its record.
That's the last activity.
It hasn't come to Ghana.
It hasn't come to Ghana. The last it ended in Africa was in Egypt. From Spain to Egypt, December 18th, 2024. So let us check the second flight. That was the replacement.
Yes.
Came. Let us check.
Please put the number up. So that's
CVK 7007.
7007.
But we may even want to hear confirmation from him.
No, let's do this.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
People can always check the press conference. Yeah. So this one was the view more flight history. That's where we're going. Okay.
Yes.
So what dates did he say, and what are we putting in?
So he says that this flights. Let me just.
Yeah. So we are trying to get the flight dates and the details for viewers so we can look at it. It's getting very interesting, isn't it? But okay, do you have it? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So this flight came here on the 15th of March, and you can cross-check when he says arrived here.
What did he say? You just tell us.
So we'll just cross-check.
Okay. Should we listen to Felix?
So let's listen.
Okay, let's listen to Felix on this one. The time the flights came in. If you have the video, let's play. Listen to the government information minister.
Whilst here, it developed an engine blade fault. For that reason, a replacement aircraft, URCEZ, with registration number CVK 7007, was brought in to evacuate the cargo.
So he says he came here.
Well,
so
okay, yes. So that's what he said. He came here.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that one indeed arrived here 15th of March from Harare International Airport to Kotoka.
Oh, it didn't come from Luanda?
No, it didn't come from
Harare, Zimbabwe.
Harare, Zimbabwe.
Harare, Zimbabwe was never mentioned in anything that Felix said.
It has never come up anywhere.
No, he has never said it. But this is the record?
Absolutely, that's the record. CVK 7007. That is it. And now, this flight is still in Ghana.
Oh, that's interesting.
This flight hasn't left.
This plane is still in Accra.
This plane is still in Accra.
So you're guessing that's the plane from which they filmed it.
So that is a film. That is the scene for their staged evidence.
So this is the plane that was filmed.
So this
is still in Ghana.
This is the Carboc Air that is still in Ghana, and then I dare Civil Aviation Authority and Ghana Airport to produce it. They should check all the hangars. It is there, hasn't left. The records are here. This is flight aware. Hasn't left anywhere. So they went onto that flight. You see, when you see that video, you could see clearly a stage thing, because which airline?
I was concerned about who filmed it.
Yes.
And why did they film it?
Which, in the normal practice, you've been the board chair of Ghana Airports Company. You know the practices at the aviation. When an airline lands, and whether it's coming for maintenance or it's coming to replace, do we have, this whole thing filming, or did they have some intelligence that something was going to happen, for which all of them assembled, like over a dozen of inspectors, like over 20 inspectors. You saw them in the video wearing their jack vests, and then to stage that they came and inspected it, because and then they filmed it. Is it a standard practice that you film planes that are arriving as replacement? So whatever, if that video was true, so whatever it is, my conclusion is that this is the same flight which is still here. So national security, Ghana Airport, civil aviation, let us have this checked, and then flight aware will not lie. You're asking for evidence. That is it.
But you are a member of parliament. You can put.
Okay, we say for baby, I do Mr. What time be an call? What do you call Google on a flight away? Me pesa me meka. What do be an flight away? Now about CVK 7007 flight activity history. Na you can say CVK Mr. Mobia and check. Na you NDC for other pa or more air catcher Ghana for so. Na you can say and no more intimidation tactics. I say or more education my ya. Yen na you hasi. Yes, what it was flight in the BBA hasi. Flight in the BBA. What it was flight in the BBA when at the Harare, Zimbabwe, and at the 15th March, Accra, Ghana, Saturday, 15th March 2025, 12:23 p.m. GMT. Harare, and so it will be 6:07. It's a live. Oh, my computer and so was CA. Now, see, what share details in now. I was so happy, and I may check over my background. I see here, and one I was Harare, Zimbabwe, and Ghana, Accra, ACC, Kotoka. Yes, so it's clear. And we check flight aware. Carboc Air 7007 normal can any landed over 3 weeks ago. And in the history that was landed 3 weeks ago. So obiabe tima check. Now we want them to come out. And flight no work on. Obviously an itinerary of insurance so Zimbabwe or and that no. Just obitima track be a flight na abi pay more Ghana. And at home. So the point is we want this government to disprove said the MP can wobwa yantoaso.
And my general question for the Minister for Transport, Minister for Defense, and then they can answer.
We will go the full haul. You see, everything we have, from the way I've been sequencing it, I drop it piece by piece, piece by piece, but the whole fact is together. But it's sequenced. And right here on your platform, we're going to unravel it all. They dared me for evidence. And that is the path we're going to go.
So you're going to come back with us with the maintenance culture.
The maintenance activity, the activity law.
Okay. Mommy Fanasi, Emma, the Honorable MP for South, Honorable Reverend Intim Fojo, Yedana say, Wama, the students of politics, who this analysis about the itinerary, the tracking sessions of this flight, this odious flight of NDC's propaganda, the alliance about this alleged drugs, cocaine issues surrounding behind President Mahama. NHS and enough of form by any of the NHS and common any. I had the reason so. After my phone lines in 0242073114. From Mrs. Sia, now we are gone any Kwakye Sia and Queen. From Mrs. Sia 0242073114. Report on a nanny or AI, you need Bukata world view, your information world, and Emma will be out Tibon because to be a one. Once one for Ghana for most of them cannot think. Iti wakasi manuwa GD. So yena omo yena maybe tia me laptop me so I may check all the numbers. Flight numbers omo go nyina me omo kana me check. I so na sisia. Na ma me fa call away. Hello. Yes sir.
We dey my bowl them nti.
Nice one.
Intermediate na me obi for some ready.
Nice one.
I say o start free baby and am pese manisha da corner here. VD will be a fear. So, national security no one. Yana de be a Masibia mechanic says, and Kophobia no way defeat and maybe a sea watchman. On beside, I am from Swana and Ra, the sea watchman. The yes, I said, I didn't accost tobacco. Accost me, you know, accost me and a cost. And this will be